Alrighty, guys. It's time for another live unboxing, tearing the box apart episode here. This one is from the great, the wonderful Lock and Load Publishing. I don't remember actually ordering anything recently from them, so I think this is this is another one of their new games release that David Heath and company over there have been nice enough to ship out to me. So I appreciate that. I'm hoping that's what it is. I don't know. Let's take a look and see what it is. I can tell you what, this box literally weighs a ton. Oh my God, whatever's in this little box, it must have cost them like $1,000 to ship it. It's so heavy. I swear to God. All right, well, let's take a look and see what we get inside the box now, huh? All right. I don't know what it is. Let's see what it is. Oof. Oof. Lovely. Enemy at the gates, lock and load tactical system. Oh, we're going to look at that here in a second. And we also have lock and load Valor the 13th. Oof. You can see some of the counters have already. Oh, look at what we have here. Look at what we have here. This is absolutely amazing. This thing is so big and so heavy. Oh. Oh. Look at that. Look at that. Someone's here. Take a picture of this. Someone take a screenshot so I have this forever and ever. Right? Is it weird that I love my lock and load tactical, of course. Is it weird that I'm hugging and kissing Devin? If you guys don't know, this is, of course, the original Grognard, the OG. Love this guy. He's awesome. And, you know, he put all the effort in and the time to create his own module, a game for lock and load. Is it weird that I love him? Okay. I'm sorry. It's just the way I am. Hey, what's going on, Dwayne? How you doing? Good to see you. So let's, oh my gosh, this box is loaded. So this is one of the cool things that they decided Lock and Load has decided to do is instead of having like a whole bunch of different add-ons and this, that, and the other thing, they just decided to put everything in the box. Everything. You don't have any add-ons. There's no add-ons. You buy the game, you get all the add-ons in the box, which makes it easier. You know, if you're an add-on guy like me and you're trying to track down the add-ons, right, after the fact, they're like twice or three times as expensive for all the games. You can't get half of them because they're out of print. It's a pain in the ass. Let's be honest. So if they put all the add-ons in the box, you don't have to worry about that. Brilliant. Let's see what's in the box. Let's see what's in the box. What is going on, Michael? What is going on? Good to see you, my friend. Now, I think, and I'm not 100% sure of of this, and I'll have to check with. I'll have to check with David Heath or the OG, and I'll have to find out for sure. But I think these are the pre-released. Lock and Load gets a few copies sent to them before the main distribution. So if you've ordered this, Heroes of the Bitter Harvest, and you haven't received yours yet, that's why I've had this. Lock and Load normally gets between 10 to 20 pre-release copies so that that way they can see what they are. They can send them out to some of their people to have them look at it and double check it. So I think that's what this is. I don't think this is an actual released copy yet. I mean, this is pretty much what you're going to get, but um, you know, just keep all that in mind. All right, so look at the OG. What a stalwart looking guy. He's going to get all kinds of crap for this. Well, it's awesome though. We have our 3D hill. Yes, something new they're experimenting with is maybe making some 3D terrain pieces, and they included this in the box for free just to see if it was something people would use going forward. Is this something that they would like? So again, leave your comments down below on this, because the Lock and Load people will see this video and they will read your comments, and they would like to know, is this something you guys would be interested in? So that is cool. We of course have our spiral bound companion book, Heroes of the Bitter Harvest, which will come in at oh, here's your skill reference cards. Nice, lovely, lovely, and all kinds of different stuff here. Look at it, lovely. And your different scenarios, lovely. And then Battle Assistance 3.0, nice, lovely. All right, we'll look at the rest of that here in a minute. Oh, look at that. The rule set, the 3.51 rule set. Some of the best stuff. All right, so I hate to say it, right? But I hate to say it, but seriously, when I went through my top board games of all time and I did my war game category, Lock and Load ended up very high on all my categories, and of course, the Lock and Load system was very high for many, many, many reasons. And this is one of the reasons why, is the quality and the components that you get when you order from them. It is absolutely amazing. Full color, spiral bound, and you know, it's just what they do compared to other companies that gives them a step up, I guess. We have our solo assistant cards. Again, I talked about this at the beginning of this episode, guys. How one of the things going into this release, Lock and Load specifically said, was that they were going to now incorporate everything into the main box. So you don't have to order the solo assistant separately. You will now get it in the box. This is absolutely great. Absolutely great. Wow. Good looking cards. And every time I say Lock and Load, you all know we have a drinking game. And I don't have my drink with me, or I would be drinking myself. So with this edition of the game, they have also come up with some new ideas. Again, put everything inside the game, which is number one. Number two is the new data cards. So if you play like old school tactical, or I'm trying to think of some of the other games that use these data cards. Basically, it takes your counter and puts all the information about that counter on a card, and has all the rule references and everything on the cards. So you don't need to look it up in the rule book, and you can just pull these cards out for all your different units. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread, to be honest, because you know, it shows you all the data and all the information on the actual units, both sides of the counters, the morale, any special rules, movement, you name it. All the data is there on the cards. And you can see there is a nice boatload of cards there. These are the data cards. Lovely. Here's some more data cards. Again, this I think is a pre-released copy that Lock and Load has shipped to me. So we want to, of course, tell Lock and Load thank you for that. We appreciate it so much, so very much. It is so great that they think of me so highly, and I do appreciate it very much. So thank you to Devin, and thank you to David and all the guys over at Lock and Load. And I don't, I don't say bad things and I don't say good things about companies just because I get stuff or I don't get stuff. I say things the way I see it and the way it is. And hopefully you guys understand that. The companies that send me stuff, um, including Lock and Load, GMT once in a while, Mark Walker over at Flying Pig has sent me a couple things here and there. Herman Lutman has donated enough stuff for me. But even if I get something, if I see something that's good or something that's bad, that's what my channel is. I just tell it the way it is. And these companies, they understand it and they're willing to accept it. I know Lock and Load was, I did talked about their space infantry system and the flaws that I saw in the system. And so David Heath reached out to me with the actual designer and we went over some stuff. And we spent a couple hours on the phone talking about what I would change and what I liked and what I didn't like, and the ideas they had going forward, and whether they thought those, whether I thought those ideas were good or bad or whatever. So it's not good for a person just to say, oh, good things about a company and a product if they don't believe it, because it doesn't help in the long run. What I said about space infantries and the problems that I saw in the game will hopefully inspire Lock and Load and the designer to update the system and to make it better going forward. So because of my issues that I had and my willingness to speak out about these issues, got things rolling, the ball rolling in a positive way going forward with that game. If I would have just said, oh, this game is great, and oh, it's wonderful just because I'm friends with David Heath and I want to get freebies from them or whatever, then, I'm not doing the gamers out there justice. I'm not doing myself justice. I'm not giving, I'm not making things positive going forward. And that's all I'm trying to do is I say the way it is. Now, if I get this product and it turns out there's problems or there's issues, if anyone out there, I'm going to be the one that's going to talk about it. So when I say something positive, I don't take that lightly. When I say that Lock and Load's quality and components and everything is top notch, I mean that. It's not because they sent this to me for free. It's because I stand by that. I stand by every single thing I say. If you guys question anything that I say, feel free, but I can prove why and how I believe that. And I know a lot of times I say things that's a little controversial for some people out there. Whether it's gaming or information about games or whatever, and people don't like to hear that information. Well, then that's fine. But if you want to understand the truth and you don't want to be just given a bunch of information that isn't accurate for you guys, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that do that. You can go, and I'm not going to mention names, but you can literally go to any of those YouTube channels and you can listen to what they have to say, and then you can hear about how wonderful everything is. And then when you come back here and then I complain about it and I tell you the real facts, then you can find out who's telling you the truth and who isn't. So again, I don't take things lightly. When I get a spiral bound, color thick rule book from a rule company when I realized that most companies don't give a shit about the rule book. And when I see Lock and Load doing things like, hey, let's try to advance wargaming and make it more mainstream and make it easier for people to get into and make it so that it's um it's something that people would be interested in playing and doing. I appreciate all that. And these are the companies that I like to pull out and put above other companies because I see what they're doing compared to other people. It's not because they ship this to me for free. It's because of these things that they do in the game, like spiral bound rule books, right? Or data cards. Okay, data cards, very important addition. They didn't have to include the data cards, they included the data cards. They're trying something new with a 3D hill included for free. So, I mean, these are the things that I believe should be noted. When you do an unboxing, these are the things you should talk about. Not, oh, how wonderful this, that, and the other thing is, and blah, 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 and, just show the pieces and stuff. You need to bring these things to light. If you go watch other unboxings, which you should, because it's always good to see other people's opinions. But what you need to do is when you get an unboxing, you need to see the components. You need to hear about the components and you need to understand, what makes this good or bad, right? When I say, oh, these are data cards, well, what does that represent? What does that mean? Well, what it means is not everyone uses data cards. So is that a good thing or is it a bad thing? Well, here's what the data cards do. They give you all the information about the unit without having to look up the rules. And you can find out all the information by just having these data cards out, which will help speed up your game. Does that sound like a good thing to you? Well, it sounds like a great thing to me. So data cards, I would like to see data cards in every game out there, whether it's a tactical game or not. I think that's a great addition. As you know, I'm a big solo guy. If your game includes solo, you're automatically going to get more points than a game that doesn't include solo. So when you have the solo assistant included in your game, for me, that is a cha-ching, a checkbox that goes off in my head that says, this is good. When I see a solo assistant cards in the box, that's the reason I say good things about Lock and Load. Not because this was shipped to me for free from Lock and Load. This is why. Let's see what else we have. The data cards are great for sure. We have maps 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, and 83. And of course, the normal size Lock and Load maps. Lovely. We have some more solo assistant cards. Lovely. There are actually 3 different packs of solo assistant cards that I've come across. So I'm not sure what the difference is between these. One might be offensive posture, one might be defensive posture, one might be neutral, or it might just be one is for, I don't know, something I would have to look it up, but you see this is 34 to 66. This is 67 to 100. Okay, so maybe it's just 3 different packs. So 1 to 33. Okay, so it looks like it's 1 to 33, 34 to 66, and 67 to 100. That is 100. That's right, folks. 100 solo assistant cards. That is lovely. That's awesome. If you're a solo player, that's going to give you a lot of variability. Again, this is why I say positive things. And I hate to sound like a broken record. I really do. But it's important you guys understand, because a lot of guys, a lot of YouTubers out there will get stuff and they will just say positive things because they want more freebies, they want more stuff sent to them for free. I don't care. I don't care if I get anything for free. If I want it, I'm going to order it anyways. A lot of stuff I get, I give away, right? So, I mean, companies that send stuff to me, they understand that there is nothing on the line other than Jester will give you his honest opinion about the game. And if you send me a bunch of crap, you're going to hear about how much crap it is, and you'll think twice about whether or not you're going to send it to me. So, again, when I say positive things about this game, it's not because it was sent to me for free, because I was probably going to order this anyways until Lock and Load had told me that they were going to send me a review copy of it. So when I say things positive, I want to make sure you understand why I'm saying these things. Okay? So just buckle that down. Because not everyone would do that. Let me tell you. There's a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers that get stuff for free and they just do the motions. They go through the motions, right? They just, oh yeah, here's what's in the box. It looks great. It's going to be wonderful, blah, blah, blah. Just saying. Just saying. All right, so what else do we got? Turn record and sequence of play track. Lovely. Just lovely. Here's a nice the step reduction thing, which is a good idea to put that on their charts. That's always a good thing. Of course, your terrain effects chart, single-sided. You have your skill reference cards. Now, part of the so this is one thing that I think it's important, right? But I mentioned to David Heath many years ago that they should stop putting those on these cards because most people just put them in the box and forget about them. And they should put them on data reference cards. And guess what? All your skills now have a data reference card. So now you can just keep this stack of cards out, and anytime you get a skill, you can just pull the skill out, which is lovely. Because I don't like this, right? I don't like this as much as I like the cards. I guess, I am a card guy, so I will admit that, but I think this is much easier to manage. And like I said, when you have these out, which some people love these, don't get me wrong, I'm just not a big guy for this. I like having the cards, but it's great that you have both included, so you can make your choice, whatever you like. I just love these data cards, though. They're absolutely lovely. Just so good. All right, what else do we got here? We got some skill reference cards. Wonderful. Some more terrain effects. We got our combat tables, two-sided combat tables. We have direct fire tables. We have weapons, ammo, and target table. We have the melee table, the reference table. You can see why now. You see why I don't like these, because there's enough other tables. There's enough that you don't have a lot of room for extra tables, right? You're gonna have enough tables out on your table, right? You're gonna have the reference tables. You have your, all these other tables. We have the Soviet. This is so good too. I hate to sound like a broken record, right? But how many different tactical game systems out there? How many other ones allow you to build your own scenarios with your skill point costs, so you can create your own scenarios based upon, we're going to play with 150 points or 200 points or 300 points or whatever. Here's how much each unit's worth, how much they cost, and all that on cards ready to go. Okay, there's only one that I can think of. There's only one other, right? So when you take a look at, again, what you get in this box compared equally with the other tactical games out there, you can now see why when Jester does his reviews, Lock and Load Tactical is at the top. It's not because I get the games for free. It's because these are why. Because you have where you can create your own scenarios. It has the data cards all ready to go. It has 3D terrain. It's got a solo assistant already built in, ready to go. These plus, 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 plus. This is why it gets ranked higher than everybody else. If every other game did this, it wouldn't make this system as special. That's why this, to me, this system in this game is special. Not only that, you have your solo assistant cards. Okay, more stuff. You have another solo assistant card. You have another solo assistant card. And another assistant. So now you can see why I like the skill cards, right? I like the skill cards because you have enough other stuff out, right? Solo assistants, solo assistant, solo assistant, right? What else do we got? Oh, let's switch back over. We got another solo assistant. Okay, now I got to switch back to the other camera because, again, boom, 3D punch in, punch out, pre-rounded counters. How many other tactical games out there do that? Maybe one, maybe two other games out there. This is coming from a guy who spent 20 hours last week counter clipping Avalanche Press, Late Golf, and the 10 counter sheets that came in that. And I literally spent 20 hours counter clipping that game. I don't have to spend any time counter clipping. So again, for me, another plus. It's another plus. You get big maps. You get the 4X maps already included. You don't have to find these and order them separately now. Look at that. The big 4X maps. Oof. I love that. Lovely. And of course, it's going to be the Russian steppes. So a lot of, open terrain, a lot of wheat fields. Oh, here's a little bit of a cityscape there. That's nice. Lovely. Lovely. So you got all the different maps already with the 4X. So the 4X, as you know, if you've ordered Lock and Load in the past, the 4X maps are they're 4 times the size of the base maps. You get both the base maps and the 4X included with this. Let's look at our counter sheets, shall we? Now, I mean, come on. I mean, the pieces are already falling out. Come on, what's going on? No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm just kidding. Boom, 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 boom. So we have sheet of Russians, and of course, two-sided. And when I say punch in, punch out, this is what I mean by punch in, punch out, right? I punch it, and then if I wanted to, you could literally punch it right back in to the spot you took it from. And that way you could just keep these literally on the counter sheets for the rest of your life if you wanted to, because they punch on and they punch off. So, and then you can see, I can wiggle it. It's not going to come out. The only one that'll come out is the one that where my finger is. But you can see, I mean, these are not going to, I'm shaking it as much as I can. And you can see only a few. It's not even the one that I punched out that came out. So you could keep these on the counter sheets. I don't know if you'd want to punch them back on. I don't, but I mean, punching them out is obviously very easy to do. So of course you have the typical Russian brown. Where'd it go? Where did you fall to? There you are. The Russian brown, and of course, probably the Russian guards are the reds. Typical kind of color scheme. And of course, you got some nice vehicles. The KV-1Cs, the T-34s. Nice looking. All right, so let's see what else we got. We got, of course, have a few more Russians, and then we get into the Germans. And we have units. We have some motorcycles. We got some Panzer IIs, some Panzer IIIs. We have a Panzer IIIJ, a couple of those, which is nice. And another counter sheet of Germans here. As you can see, some of the counters are just popping out, which is actually a good thing, right? Because you don't want them. That shows they've been fully clipped, actually, which is good news. Like, literally, I know war gamers are weird. War gamers are weird where, if I get a game, I literally want to make sure all my counters are there. And the only way that I can make sure of it is to look at a counter sheet and make sure there's no holes in it, right? So that's what war gamers want. But then what they want to do is they want to literally look at this counter sheet and then they want to pick it up and have everything fall out of the counter sheet. That is how weird war gamers are, right? It's like, oh, okay, everything's there. Now, I want everything out of the counter sheet because yeah. So, war gamers, they're a weird bunch. So there we go. So actually having, them fall out is a good sign because then that means they've been fully clipped and you can just boop, pop them out. So we got some more vehicles. We got a Stug G. We got a Panzer IV. We got some AT guns, Pack 40s. We got obviously some admin counters. Some more admin counters over here. We also have the new, I want to see the new. Where are the new ones? So we've got some new counters that are now in this. This is the first time they came at a bigger size, which are these here, which are the hull down counters. And there's also a different, when you're on a different level of a building, that's supposed to be a bigger size as well. Where are those? Maybe, I wonder if they're on the back of the hull down. They are. There they are. See, I knew there were some bigger ones. So now when you're on, again, using some brain power, right? So when you have multiple stories of a building, right, you need to know whether your unit's on bottom floor, the top floor, wherever they're at. And the problem was you would have several on the bottom floor and several on the top floor, and you couldn't tell who was on which floor. So now with the bigger counters, right? When you put your other guys on top, you can quickly see, if we show you this, boom. Let's go back to the other camera here. So you can see how the floor is much bigger. So you can say, oh, okay, I can see these guys are obviously clearly on the upper floor, right? Anybody that you would have on the upper floor. And then anybody that you had below this counter obviously would be on the lower floor. So good addition by having the extra large counter there. And then of course the same thing was the issue with the tanks. And the tanks were big, right? And so now you have the vehicle emplacement. So those stick out instead of being little tiny counters. Now they're the same size as the vehicles. So the vehicles aren't tipping over on those little tiny hold down counters. Now you can put these under there or on top of there and they stick out a lot more to let people know, oh, this vehicle's in place. Oh, that's right, I forgot this guy was in place because I couldn't see the tiny little marker. Now you can't say that anymore because you got this nice big marker. So that is obviously a good thing as well. So there's that. Excellent. I will punch these guys out as soon as we're done with this live stream. I want to check out some of the scenarios, and I also want to look at some of the add-ons here. So let's put this all aside. Here are all of our charts. There we go. There are the lovely charts. We have a few extras that I need to start putting in baggies, and I don't want to lose these, so let me put these in a bag real quick. I wanted to take a look at the scenarios here and the extra. All right. So literally, yes, literally, if you were to buy Lock and Load as your tactical game of choice, you could literally get rid of your counter clippers. You will not need them. The counter clippers, I spent like $120 on. I've got 4 different counter clippers of different sizes and variations. That is literally $120 that you can spend on Lock and Load because you don't need to buy $120 worth of counter clippers. Just saying. All right. Now, the other thing, and here's it. This should not be understated. And I told David that next time that I get something from him, I'm going to be double checking and triple checking is the back of his cards, right? If we look at the back of the cards, right, at a moment's notice, they should all be the same color. They should not have any variations in the colorness of the back of the cards. They should all be the same color. And for Pete's sake, somehow, some way, it looks like all these, it is crazy because certain companies, to be not named, cannot figure out how to create the same color for their cards and make sure that all the backs are the same color. And this is a extremely, extremely hard process according to them. And there should be differences should be acceptable because that's well within their tolerance level of having different colors, which we will not get into right now. So of course we got our new 5.1 rules set booklet, which comes in it with all the charts and the information and updated rules. Hopefully there was a couple errors with spelling and grammar in the 5.0, so hopefully they fixed all that, which I'm sure they probably did. Let's take a look at what we have here. What do we have here? Valor the 13th, the Lock and Load tactical system. What is this all about, you might wonder? Well, let's see what's in here. Let's see what we get. All right, I'm just going to set that right there for just a second. And you can see, literally, you can see that we just took this out of the box. You saw, we haven't done anything special, but look at this. I talked about the fact that you want to make sure your counters fall out, right? Well, I guess my counters fall out. I don't have to punch these. Like literally all the counters have literally already fallen out of this one. So I guess we'll just finish punching this one out. Which is always check your back sides. You don't want any hanging chits. You don't want to, I'm just going to toss this out, and then you forget the ones that are hanging on the bottom. Always check your back side. Yes, so we definitely have a whole bag of counters. Let's see what we got here. So it looks like we got us a map here. Ooh, this is gonna be a big map. This is exciting, actually. Ooh, it's a big boy. Really? Ooh. So we got like a official map. This is like a map. Now, is this okay? Lovely. So let's just read the back of this really quickly so we can get a... Valor the 13th is a battle pack expansion for Heroes of the Motherland from the Lock and Load tactical system included are 10 brand new scenarios and 2 new maps. It features fluid impulse-based turns, squad-level action, and individual heroics. The scenarios inside represent the efforts of the Soviet 13th Army to defend the area against how do you pronounce that? Fury? During the vital critical days of July 6th through July 12th, 1943, during the German Operation Citadel, the fight to eliminate the Kursk salient. The scenarios focus on the battle around Hill 253.5 and the plans to the east of the hill. Massive infantry and armor engagements rage and flow around these battlefields as both sides scramble to take an advantage. Also included is a new set of advanced vehicle combat rules that expand on the existing vehicle rules presented in the Lock and Load tactical system. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so we got a bunch of new scenarios that are going to probably use this map, obviously. And there is 2. Yes, there is another one. I set that one over here. What is this? This is their new advanced vehicle combat. Penetration damage results. Ooh. So you got gun barrel damaged, vehicle crew stunned, mobility damage, turret damage, mobility destroyed, turret destroyed, vehicle destroyed, and critical hit, vehicle destroyed. Advanced vehicle combat. Really? This is intriguing me now. I have to figure this out. Because now you've now done it. So now I have to figure out what is going on here. Talk to me. Do. Okay, so you got the printed terrain. Yeah. Okay. Soviet forces, advanced vehicle combat, which is optional. It says in huge letters, bigger than the sun, optional. You do not have to include these rules. It is optional, meaning you do not need to play with these rules. Penetration. So when you hit, you are rolling a die to see if it was a dud or if it was a catastrophic penetration hit. So you're going to roll 2d6 on the penetration damage table. If it's 2, it's a dud. 3, the gun barrel is destroyed, etc. Blah, blah, blah. This is once you have already achieved a hit. Yes, all core rules apply until an ordnance weapon is considered to have achieved a non-dud, non-catastrophic penetration hit. So you're going to go through the same process. You are just literally at the end of it going to roll on this table to see whether or not it blows anything up or it was a dud or whatever that was. That sounds interesting to me. Add a little bit of variability. That's awesome. Okay. Scenarios. Okay, we got the left hook. Nice. On our map, which looks good. And the solitary play rules. Ooh. All right, so I'm not going to read that. I'm not going to read it. No. Put it away. Here is our second map. Here's our second map in the back. Second map. Oh, this one's even bigger than the first one. Holy crap. There you go. This is like a full-blown big boy map. Full-blown big boy map. Okay. Whew. All right, now I'm going to put these counters in the bag because I don't want to lose any. I think that was so funny. We just got done talking about how wargamers, they want all their counters just to fall out of their things. And then literally the next thing I look at is got it. All right, what else do we got here? Enemy at the gates. Just keeps getting better and better and better. Look at this. We got some more maps. This is number 90 because This one went to 89, so this is 90. So this is going to be our new add-on. 90, 91. And these are, again, the 4X maps. Cool thing about these, I love, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I love these isometric maps where you can literally just grab any two random maps and put them together, and they line up and they make all kinds of cool decisions. Bling. Right? Or I could literally say, oh no, we're going to go like this, and it would be bling. Right? And we got two. We got another one here. This is more of a like a industrial buildings and stuff. And then of course you got your huge hill over here. Here's a nice big hill. Oh, where's our hill? Where's our hill? Where's our hill? Somebody stole my hill. Oh my God! Somebody came in and took my hill. I don't believe it. Where'd my hill go? I want to see if the hill's gonna fit on top of this. I think it is. Is it? Is it? Ooh, maybe it does. Maybe it does. Oh no, maybe it doesn't. Oh, I thought it was gonna fit right there, but it doesn't quite fit there. It's just too big for that little area. Oh, okay. That would have been cool. Anyways, great looking terrain pieces. Lovely. Not only that, but again, you get the small. If you're gonna have a small area, you don't have to use the big maps. You can use the little ones. There's nothing wrong with the little ones. The little ones look just as good. And if you don't have as much space, right? And you have to use the little ones, just use the little ones. And if you're going to play a scenario that has 4 or 5 maps, maybe you want to use the little ones because the big ones might take up too much space. And playing with and getting both options gives you options. All right, let's see what else we get. We get a bag we don't need. We have our counters, which are literally falling out as I speak. Now, keep in mind that this is a pre-released production copy that Lock and Load has received, what I'm assuming. And so, this is probably what the final is going, what you're going to get in the final boxed version if you've ordered this. So just keep that in mind. But if if your box is slightly different or, whatever, then, hopefully if there's any, they send these out to check for mistakes or issues, stuff like that. So hopefully we'll go through it and see if there's any mistakes or issues. Enemies at the gate. What is this all about? It was clear by August 1942 that the German plans of reaching the Bolka oil fields as part of the grand plan of Case Blue. The German summer offensive was unreachable. In an effort to salvage the situation, German high command decided to make the drive to capture the city of Stalingrad on the Volga River. You might have heard of Stalingrad. It's a little, town in the middle of Russia. You might have heard of it. If this is what this is going to be incredible. Enemy of the Gates is an expansion for Heroes of the Bitter Harvest. It features a fluid impulse-based system, lots of armor and special rules to bring the fight of the city of Stalingrad. So this is basically, it's Stalingrad. It's freaking Stalingrad. Wow. This is why I don't research ahead of time, because it's the sweetness of discovery that you find, right? It's the sweetness of discovery, right? I had no idea what this was. And now that I know, I got to experience that, right? My heart is fluttering. right now. Woo! It's like beating and fluttering, and it's like it's like discovering you won the lottery, right? Because if I'd have researched ahead of time, I would have found out this. Then it wouldn't have been. It would have been like, oh, here it is. Here's Stalingrad. I didn't want to. I wanted this to be a secret. I wanted this to be a secret. He's actually in the chat right now. The OG's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. It's a little weird. I'm kissing him, but I'm kissing him because this is absolutely wonderful. What I've just experienced here, and like literally, if you've been on my channel for a while, there's like two words that are like an instant fluttering of my heart. It's Normandy and Stalingrad. So to find out that this now includes some scenarios for Stalingrad and some rules for Stalingrad, and I kind of was hoping, but I didn't want to delve in. I didn't want to find out because again, it is the art of discovery. It is the if I find this information out ahead of time, then it just takes away it's like that sweet nectar, and it's like it doesn't taste quite as good, right? If you put a blindfold on and you take a drink, right, and you don't know what it is, it's that much better, right? But if somebody hands you a glass and says, "Oh, try this. This is Diet Mountain Dew," and you try it and you go, "Yeah, it's Diet Mountain Dew. It's not very good," right? That's why I was experiencing this. So wow. That is a lot of great stuff here. That is a lot of super awesome stuff here. Again, so thanks to Walk and Load, thanks to David Heath, thanks to the OG. If you told them to send me a copy, I do appreciate it very, very, very much. I'm very excited to try this out. I'm very excited to get this on the table, which we are probably even going to do like literally tonight. So I'm looking forward to doing that for everyone out there. I've got to punch out a few counters. I'm going to take out of the sheets, which shouldn't take but a few minutes to do. You can see that one sheet just literally came apart. So, what do we learn, boys and girls, everyone? What do we learn so far, right? So, when we're doing unboxings, we figure out what the heck is in the box, but we go over and we talk about the goods and the bads. A lot of people don't do that because they're afraid they might upset somebody, right? I don't try to upset anybody. I just try to be honest with everybody. And when I say something good and something positive about something, it's usually a good thing, because if I'm saying something good, that means I'm not saying something bad. And we learned that this game and this system, what does it give you, boys and girls? What did we learn? We learned about punching in, right? Punching in, punching out, counters. Look at that. We learned that Jester spent 20 hours counter clipping his Second World War at sea, Leyte Gulf, 10 counter sheets last week, and he's not very happy about that. That is literally 20 hours of my life that I will never get back thanks to counter clipping. When I don't have to counter clip, that makes me so much happier. Does that mean that this is the greatest system on the planet? No, it doesn't mean that this is the greatest system on the planet. What it means is I like this system a lot better because I don't have to counter clip everything. It also includes, what else, boys and girls? A solo system. So does every tactical system include a solo system, you say? No, boys and girls, it doesn't. Not everyone does that. What do you mean not everyone, Jester? That doesn't sound right. Why would not every company include a solo system? Well, I would say that is a great point. You should probably bring that up with company X, Y, and Z who don't include a solo system for their games, right? Because then you could find out and ask them, hey, I saw Lock and Load included a solo system. How come your tactical game doesn't include a solo system? And see their faces turn red as they are trying to figure out a reason why they can't include a solo system with theirs. What else did we learn, boys and girls? We learned that data cards are really cool and they're very helpful for the players. It makes playing the game that much easier. Well, Jester, playing a game and making it easier, that sounds like a good thing. Why doesn't every company do this? I don't know, boys and girls. Why don't we go out and ask some of the other companies out there and ask them and say, how come your tactical system doesn't include data cards? Because data cards are really cool and it would really help players play your game. And then, boys and girls, we'd watch their face turn red again because they wouldn't be able to come up with a reason why they don't do this. So when I and David, or when I and Tony and Ruff, when we talk about lock and load, right? We aren't talking about lock and load because they occasionally send us something for free. We talk about lock and load because it's important the players out there make good decisions with their tactical buying games. And when you look at the whole package, I think that lock and load is probably, for me, the best game system out there because of X, Y, and Z. And so I pass that information on. Now, you can do whatever you want with it. You can say Jester's an idiot doesn't know what he's talking about. Or you can say, this guy has played literally 25 games, 25 different games in January. It's January 26th. So I've almost played one game a day every day in January of 2023. Go back and look on my channel. I might know what I'm talking about when I talk about what's good and what's bad because I play a lot of games on my channel. I literally have played 25 different games in 26 days. I'm trying to get that number up. Our goal is to do 31 in 31 days. So we will get that done. I guarantee that. So we'll be doing that as well. All right. Well, hopefully, boys and girls, you learned something new today. If you want to order this, you should probably go to the Lock and Load website, find this game, and order it. You probably should have pre-ordered it because the problem is they didn't order a lot of extra copies because production costs and shipping costs and everything are just not advantageous. It's not like the good old days, boys and girls, when you could order 10,000 games and just store them in your warehouse. Storing games in a warehouse now is much more expensive to do. So you have to order X number of games where X is how many you can sell plus a few extra games in case people go, oh, I should have ordered this. So yes, you should have pre-ordered this. You should have kickstarted it. You should have jumped on board when this was first around. But if you didn't, because you're not with it yet, and you haven't been advised properly by some of your friends, and now you've now subscribed to the channel, and you will be sent down the proper path by myself. I will send you down that proper path. You will now go to the Lock and Load website. You will click on the order button, and you will go to the checkout, and you will buy this game. So when it does arrive in the US and they're shipping it out to everyone, you will then receive your copy. Because when you receive your copy, you will also put a big smile on your face and you'll be happy and you'll kiss the guy on the front cover and tell him how much you love him. So that's what we learned today, boys and girls. Thanks for coming to the live unboxing. I do appreciate it. Hopefully, you'll come by later when we actually get to delve into and play this game. So looking forward to it. Lots of great stuff to look at and deal with in this game. Again, thank you, Lock and Load, for sending this to me. I appreciate it very, very much. If there's anything else that you need from me, leave a comment down in the comment box down below. Don't forget to tip your waitresses on the way out the door and let them know that you will be ordering. I'd like to hear your comments down in the comments section. Don't forget, like and subscribe. And hopefully you enjoyed the live unboxing where we give you the truth about what's in the box. Don't go to those other not to be named YouTubers out there, but hopefully you'll learn something good here on the channel. So thanks everybody for coming by. We do appreciate it. Hopefully this will be out very shortly for everyone that did order it. And hopefully we'll be able to put it on the channel and just give you a brief moment in the sun before you get yours. So take care, my friends. Everyone have a great night, and we'll see you all next time. Take care.